are? Who the hell do you think you are?
Obama.
You any kind of artist? Anybody know who you are? Who are you?
I'm the Joker, baby.
You miserable, presumptuous, no talent.
Smoke a cigarette after I bang your dad in the butt.
An artist respects the silence and serves as the foundation of creativity.
Oh, Mommy. Like, literally, Mommy. Oh, God, I feel drunk.
You're everything that's gone wrong in this world. You're a self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. And I've earned my right to say it.
I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say in my face.
1975. I wrote Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who do you think you are? I am. You nothing. You nothing. You are nothing. You will never be a creativity. That's right.
And it's recording. That's all that it takes to get it going.
Huh.
So, yes.
Well, let me give you, here's your intro sound. Wearing Perry Ellis, still in
Human.
Got my Perry Ellis on, still in.
Human.
So I was, hold on. There we go. I was laughing because, we found out that the third kid we're having is a girl,
Yeah.
right? So I was thinking that I can do the, I'm doing it for my daughter. Like
doing it for my daughter.
Yeah, everything I do can be, doing it for my daughter. So, yeah. I had a couple of questions to ask you. I was thinking about when I was on the way down here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because this is the Southern Retard Cast. We're down in Mississippi. So
Southern retard.
I wanted to know, how morally you can square away living on a plantation and studying slaveology, in 2026. So can you please explain that a little bit?
Well, it's down here. It's really just a way of life. It's
Heritage, not hate.
It's heritage, not hate. No, it is funny because I feel like what you're led to believe growing up as like a northerner is that people in the South are racist in the way that they see black people and they're like, listen here, jigaboo.
Yeah, listen here.
Yeah. And they're super covert, but really it's almost the opposite to where people up north who, want to be that way or very out front, and down here, it's just people.
It's an easygoing, relaxed type of racism is what you're saying.
It's it's casual racism. They make it look easy.
Yeah, but it's also from my understanding of it also though, is it seems like it's a lot less if I dropped an N-bomb in Michigan as a Michigander, it would be the end of the world.
Right.
And if you were down here and you're a guy from Mississippi who's just always been in Mississippi and you dropped an N-bomb, they'd be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And that would be the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's to try to give an example, when we kind of first got down here, we hopped on this town's Facebook group, and there was a lot of controversy because someone was talking about building a new gas station, the fifth gas station.
Fifth gas station?
A fifth gas station. And we are, for the record, over 30 minutes away from the actual city that we live near. And the discourse was about how gas station, people from the city were going to be attracted to the gas station.
Oh, no.
And it was going to bring crime to our town. So it was literally, it's the when people say dog whistle, when it's oh, all these gas station patrons are gonna come to our town.
They're gonna bring more crime to our town. I wonder, what flavor they're gonna be.
Exactly. What kind of
what is the implication? These people legitimately think that it's oh, there's a gas station there, so black people are going to show up and loot our neighborhood.
Yeah, literally, oh, it starts with them manging around your gas stations. Next thing you know, they're dating your daughter.
Exactly. The other thing I wanted to know is how do you respond to the allegations that in order to hide a bald spot on your head, you got elective leg lengthening surgery. And then after you got the elective leg lengthening surgery to make you tall, then you got a hair transplant. How do you respond to that?
Well,
Did you use slave bones to lengthen your legs?
I think I needed them more than the guy that I took them from.
Well, would you rather have slave teeth or like ivory teeth? Like,
honestly, I think I'd rather have ivory teeth because, like, it's no secret that if I ever lose one of my front teeth, I would just like to have like a gold tooth.
well, see, that's what I thought too. Until have you seen, like iDubbbz? You know who that is?
Yeah.
Have you seen how fucking stupid he looks lately? You know anything? Okay.
Does he have a gold tooth?
Yeah, that dude. Everyone, whatever. The guy's a complete like faggot now, and he like complete like. Well, I'll show you after because I've talked about it on here before, and I don't want to just, whatever. But he got a like cosmetic gold tooth, and it looks like it looks like green, it looks like poop. Like it's like terrible. And I was looking at it, and I was like, the guys who have like a cool gold tooth are like pirates or like hip black guys, and I would look like this if I got a gold tooth. So I think I'd rather have a silver tooth because then at least it would be like you couldn't mistake it for poop. At least I guess,
Yeah, it's like people might be like, "Oh, well, you're so old that it's just." I feel like sometimes you see people being our age, like our parents' generation or even a little bit older, where they have teeth that almost look like the whole tooth is just a filling.
Yeah,
like
well, dude, that's what. Yeah, my grandpa had one like that, and it was a crown, and the whole crown was that silver.
Yeah,
it's insane. I was thinking about it, and you know how you got the slave teeth, like I think George Washington had slave teeth, right? Well, and you could have ivory or slave teeth or whatever. And I almost kind of wonder about if you could like have your own, like your teeth are gone. Do you think it would be cheaper if you already got to spend on new teeth? Would you just go for like 2 big ones out of ivory and save on the cost, or what? Would you or would you get like a bunch of little ones? I don't know, maybe like 2 on the top, like cartoon teeth, where there's like 2 like Timmy Turner, Fairly Odd Parents teeth,
that seems...
or maybe you could get the offcuts from all the other one and have like 50 teeth on like each side of your or like I don't know what.
Do you think there's like you can get like the factory rejects from the ivory?
That's what I'm saying. Like they're like the guy made it like 10% too small and too sharp, so they're like, yeah, I got a new set of like elephant ivory teeth, and you open your mouth and there's like 120 just very pointy, sharp teeth that are jagged and misaligned, and you're like, yeah, they were pretty cheap, but the missus doesn't like it.
Yeah, well, if you know a guy, you can have him mounted to the dentures.
The one of the other things I was thinking of as I was driving down here was, what if instead of the scholars of Mensis, it's the scholars of Memphis? And I was going to ask you what that would be. The Mensis scholars, in Bloodborne.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you'd have the Memphis scholars. What would they look like? What would that be like? What do you picture?
Indians.
Indians?
It's Indians. So the like FedEx Tech World headquarters is down here, and so there's a whole section of Memphis that is just overrun with Indian. Like it feels like 60% of them.
So you know how they all have like the cages and shit on their head?
Yeah.
What would they look like to you? What do you think it would be?
Oh, geez. I think it would be a lot of like black man beards on Indian guys.
Oh, dude, they have like the fades and stuff.
Yeah, like a lined up faded beard.
Yeah.
What
about? Well, isn't there like a specific type of like gangster black dude from Memphis? Isn't that like a thing?
I mean, probably. There's like, Memphis rap has been a thing since.
But what is that? Give me one I would know.
3-6 Mafia's from Memphis.
I don't know what they look like though. I know they have those like really shitty T-shirts that look like airbrushed almost, right?
Yes. Let me.
So I guess what I was kind of thinking of was it'd be like a black dude in a leather jacket that's over top of a cut-off airbrush T-shirt, wearing a do-rag and a gold chain, but it would somehow be like Lovecraftian and stuff. I mean, they kind of just like normal, like that's. I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to pick out a Memphis scholar of Memphis instead of like, in Bloodborne, you can obviously tell when it's a scholar of Mensis, right?
Oh, of course.
Like you just know.
With the birdcage helmet. And
that's
everything.
but like, what would that be for them? I mean, dude, you live here. You got to tell me.
feel like it'd be a do-rag and a Memphis Grizzlies flat brim.
That is a good point, because I don't know if I've ever seen. I still don't think I've ever seen anybody like actually repping a Memphis sports team ever.
Yeah,
Like,
because
unironically, because I think Steve had a joke one, or he had one he got for free or something. I kind of remember.
did he? That sounds like something Steve would do. That
Yeah.
he would have.
I don't know, but so yeah, I was thinking about that, and then I was also thinking about instead of the song "Walking in Memphis," right? That they're like "Walking in Memphis,"
Right.
and what if it was "Show me your penis"? What about that? So those were the Memphis related thoughts that I had on the way down here. So
Show me your
yeah, and it's
penis.
like the black choir, and they're like "Oh" in the background. So
What's funny is I feel like there must have been a day when Memphis was like so much nicer than it is now. And if you've never been here before, it's almost like shocking how shitty it is.
well, isn't it like this is where Elvis was? Like, isn't Graceland here?
Graceland's here, but it's like in the ghetto. It's like you have Graceland is like fenced in and it's surrounded by like the projects of Memphis. So there's like his airplanes and his estate and like these super nice grounds.
In just like a shanty town outside of it, basically.
Yeah, and just like the favela from.
Well, that is kind of what, like, when we were in Nashville when we got engaged, they would have, it'd be like a historic a building that is like pivotal point in American history for something, and it would just be absolutely surrounded by squalor. And I remember that we literally had to park on the other side of an actual projects, like not even a joke, like the actual projects. They had a neighborhood name and stuff and everything.
Mhm.
And I remember it was like I couldn't believe that Rich was okay with walking through it, because I'm like, dude, this is like The Wire, like with like like with like the plywood boards all over the doors and stuff.
Well, you know why? It's because Rich is like so non.
Yeah,
he's
doesn't even consider.
Hey, brother.
Yeah,
man, give me a wallet.
I can't tell if my thing needs to be turned up or not. I think it's all right, but it's probably fine.
Oh, Richard.
Oh my god. So yes, so this is episode 21.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is the first one actually traveling, also, because all the other ones were at my house.
Oh, okay.
So this is the first, I guess, interstate glass of milk, I guess.
Interstate glass of milk.
So
No Levi this time.
yeah, this is the first Levi free episode. Also, we were gonna originally try to patch him through, but I told him that it was gonna be a weird time, and then I didn't really think about how we're an hour late here, right?
Yeah, so it'd be like 10:40.
Yeah, so he falls asleep at like 7 p.m. now, anyways, because kids.
He's like full old guy mode.
Yes, so we'll see what mood he's in next week, also, because I told him he had to do some editing that I normally do. So
Oh.
yeah.
I'm sure this will not be controversial.
I don't know. We'll see. I think he definitely is going to end up having fun with it, because it is pretty funny. I'll show you some of the ones I was making later on, because I have fun with it. I only got banned one time. It was the one I showed you I got banned with, but I learned my lesson, and now I keep it between the lines. So yes.
Have our gang stalking episodes gotten more traction?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing it's hard to put it into words, because when they do like impressions versus actual views, it's like some of the stuff you end up getting, like that gang stalking one, we have well over 1,000 views by now on it.
Okay.
But it has like 20,000 impressions.
Okay.
Which means that there's that many people got to even see it. So like that one got pushed into 20,000 people's feed.
Okay.
Whereas all the other ones, they have like 100th of the impressions. So that just like that was just the one that got out there and it worked, right?
Okay.
So I mean, there's 33 subscribers on the channel and stuff. So I mean, people are like, it's not nothing, but
Right.
We've also only been doing it actually on YouTube for not even 10 weeks.
Okay.
So it's also kind of like, well, you're just whatever. And they did do a sick thing where they changed how the algorithm works last week.
Oh,
So they changed how they weight YouTube shorts, because that's what I'm figuring that's like our billboard, right?
Right.
And they changed it from like how much of it didn't matter if it was a 5-second short or a 30-second short. If you watched 95% of that, or 100% or 110% or 50%. The one with the highest completion rate would get the widest distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So I geared all of my stuff to be kind of like short and snappy and enjoyable, but like under 20 seconds, so that I can trick you into watching the whole thing.
Right.
Right. And then they were like, well, actually now that doesn't matter. And now it's just like total watch time. So you'd be better to have somebody watch 40% of a 2-minute short than 100% of a 30-second short. And it's like, well, whatever. So, just learning. So,
man, the YouTube shorts are so funny because I feel like there's so much like pirated media that you see.
Oh yeah, dude.
I saw like 90% of that Leo DiCaprio like Catch Me If You Can movie.
Oh yeah, that
YouTube.
Yeah, that was
20
one
seconds at a time.
Yeah, that was one that you see on there, and there were it seems to be like weird, like, so that movie, that's like a popular movie, right? But it's not super popular.
Yeah,
and it's like the weird niche where it's like it's interesting enough for you to like, oh, let me watch the next one, and then like not interesting enough for you to be like, I should really watch this movie. And there was a show that I saw that was on there, and it was this show called The Mentalist, where he's like a magician detective.
I know what show you're talking about.
And I looked on the channel that was posting those shorts, and it was literally, like, I'm not exaggerating, like 200 over a week of just clips of the show in chronological order. And it's like, dude, you could have like, I mean, that'd be like 10,000 shorts for the whole show, right? So, I mean, it is insane that they allow that stuff to stay on there. But then again, it's like, in a vacuum, what's 10 seconds of a movie or a minute of a movie really gonna...
Right, exactly.
Have you ever noticed when they do the like, it's very clearly an Indian guy doing it?
Yes.
And there's either the picture of him in the like bottom corner doing the like looped pointing up at the screen.
Yes.
Or you can hear like an Indian text to voice AI thing.
Yes.
Saying some random shit in the background, so it's not just a straight rip, and you're like, what is this?
I feel like one of two things is happening. Either like 80% of like short form media is being produced by actual Indians, or people are like training AIs to edit them like Indians, because it's the editing style, you can always fucking tell. And then like the way that they add the captions, and then like the description that they put on the shorts is always like, it almost describes what you're watching, but not really.
Dude, I know, because so I was like going through, and it's incredibly hard to figure out what hashtags to put on videos and stuff, because I've never done it before ever, right? So I'm just kind of like learning on the fly, trying to come up with something. And so I try to make it as clear as possible, like I think. And then I go through and I'm looking at these videos that are just absolute slop, right?
Right.
And they've got like 15 hashtags that are just complete nonsense.
Yeah.
And you click on them and there's like, oh yeah, there's like 70 million videos for the hashtag, like, I think I want to take my money back now. And you look at the hashtag and there's just nothing it has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck is this, man? And it's like, I guess it's a bunch of Indian guys being like, pump it up now.
And are there like forums in Hindi that are like, what is the hashtag that we will like conspire to?
Well, I mean, it has to be, but then again, you've seen those channel or the videos of the bot farms in India where it's like all the phones on the server racks and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you think about it, you could have a single like bot farm easily like get something trending, like no fucking problem. That's why they constantly have to change all the algorithms and stuff.
Yeah.
Because if it stays the same for 6 months, it's like going to be taken over by Pakistanis and Indians like swiping up and stuff. So
that's like the true like India superpower 2030. It's
yeah.
like, no, they'll just ruin the internet.
Dude, well, that is, and I mean, it really is. It is shocking how true the dead internet theory stuff is. It's like insane, because I was going through and I was reading some of the comments, and I get comments on our stuff that's very clearly like a chat GBT bot.
Yeah.
And I had this one that was called like, it was like some sort, this is not it. It was like Mark Harley custom guitars.
Okay.
And there was like a guitar and the whatever, and it said something that was like the comment was something that kind of made sense, but like not really, right?
Yeah.
So I clicked on it and I looked at his channel, and it was just a bunch of these weird nonsense like farm clips.
Yeah.
Right. And I realized that it was one of those channels that they post like it's like 100 videos in the first day of weird fan fiction of like Star Wars AI story. Do you know about this or not?
No.
Okay. Do you know? I mean, you're a fellow Teasmo like me, and you have seen like the very obviously fake 40K AI videos where it'll be like the lore of the Space Marines, and it's like an AI image in a channel you've never heard of, and it has like 15 views.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So there are entire channels, and if you go through them, that will post, I mean, they'll post like 10, 12 times a day, and it's just AI images with an AI voiceover from an AI prompted generated script. Okay. And what they do is they have this like window of time where they post like 10, 12 videos a day. And if they hit under X amount of views on that time, they just shut the channel down.
Oh.
Right. So I was looking at that one, and that it was this guy's channel that was like Mark Harley custom guitars, and it was these like Fender guitar lore videos, and he posted like 200 videos within 3 weeks and then never again. And then I was looking at the comments, and they're just like generated, like it's like a composite of all of the most popular comments on videos, just like distilled down into things, just commenting on random videos. Wow, looks good, friend, ? And stuff like that. And you're like,
What the
yeah. And it was funny because I also encountered this these AI bots, because I was looking through a lot of AI channels, and one of my favorite things, I was looking at it with Ben, is the AI Ozzy Osbourne stories.
Oh my god.
So there's these channels. It seems to me the ones that are usually the celebrities who have fallen victim to it the worst is Bob Dylan and Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay.
And there'll be these stories where it'll be like an AI picture of Ozzy Osbourne opening the door for a pizza delivery driver, and it'll be like, young black man meets Ozzy Osbourne and wants to be a metal singer, and his life is never the same. And it's this story that's like it's like, and then Ozzy opened the door and it was a pizza driver, and the pizza driver said, no way, you're Ozzy Osbourne. And then Ozzy Osbourne's like, how do you know me? You're black. And like, yeah. And the Bob Dylan ones are always like, he saved 500 puppies and all this shit that makes no.
Dude, the one that I see all the time is that Sean Ryan guy. His like his shorts.
That guy too.
He is, yeah. But I'll be scrolling through, and it'll like start as a clip, and it will be whatever he was like actually saying in his show. They've cut the audio out, and then they just have some AI imitation of his voice ask some question like who has the hairiest legs in Delta? And then they like cut over to some random guess where same thing, his mouth obviously is not saying whatever the AI imitation, and then it's just some like weird made up story with like AI clipped like footage of military training and stuff like that, and then the description has nothing to do with any of it, and you go like, who's making like the slop?
Well,
like,
and also who falls for this shit? And that's one of the other things too, because this is me and Ben were talking about it, and it was there's these just clearly fake videos that are, it's like this, the one that got me was this, they were selling a foaming rust remover. And it was the fakest thing I've ever seen in my life. And there were people just like, I bought this and it's not working. What the fuck? And the video was it was this like white guy. It was a hood of a car with a tape line down the middle. And this white guy was trying to use like a grinder to grind the rust off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then this like giant gorilla black guy comes in and is like hooting and hollering and beating his chest. And he sprays foam on his side of the hood and then pours a cup of water, and all of the rust is gone and it's shiny. And the white guy's like looking at him. And then the black guy sprays foam on the other side of it and then picks the white guy up and like wipes it off with the white guy and throws him. And it's like, yeah, this is like obviously not a real thing. Why? Who is falling for this? And so yeah,
dude, I feel like this was a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago, but for a while there was like this trend of these AI videos of criminals, like almost like Batman style criminals who are like, you know, they would be like 8 or 9 feet tall, like completely wrapped up in chains with.
Oh,
like,
dude, I've
a
seen.
Bane
Yes,
mask, and
yes.
they're in court, and it's
Yes.
like, for the crime of killing somebody, you've been sentenced to life in prison. And what? Release me! And like trying to like break free. And boomers in the comments like, he should be put away extra bad.
Yes. My favorite one was one of those, and it was like, for the crime of killing like 500 children and 2 puppies, like 5 million life sentences concurrently. And the guy was like, let me out of here. Let me get the judge. And he's strapped down, and he has like literally the Bane mask on, and he's like shaking. And then the end of the video is him lifting his arm and like breaking the chains. And the top comments were literally boomers being like, man, life in the city's hard and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, man, that's what's going on.
Yeah,
you know?
but this is just this is just the city.
Yeah, when you have a population center with like more than 1 million people, you get actual superhumans that must kill. And
yeah, Gotham, dude, it's all Gotham.
And how do they get them to court then? If he literally he's I must punish the judge.
I must punish the judge.
So there was one of the other things that the last AI YouTube comment thing that I wanted to get out there was there is a template of these weird, they seem to post on the other AI lore channels. Like they like, I don't know if it's the same guy running all of them or what.
Okay.
But usually the lore channel will be like 5 hours of lore to fall asleep to. And it's an AI thing, and it's just fucking regurgitated whatever. And some of them are even like other people's scripts, just whatever.
Yeah.
And the comment will be like, as a Ukrainian night watch guard, sometimes at 3 a.m., the only thing that keeps me sane is the sounds of this YouTube channel. I can hear screaming from across the line. And just like, it's like, it was when, you know, people cared about Russia, Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it's literally it's a robot pretending to be a Ukrainian soldier being like horrified by the sounds of death and listening to Warhammer 40K lore to like keep himself sane at 3 a.m. And it's, dude, who's falling for this shit? And I saw that exact same comment on like 5 or 6 videos from different channels.
The guy watches a lot of videos, dude.
But it was from different channels. So he's posting from like 5 or 6 different channels with a template on.
The Russians they found his other channels.
Shut him down. He's posting the comment again.
All of his like the fly-by-wire drones just kept like, you know.
Dude, those videos are, that shit is not, like, you go on Poll and stuff and you see those videos and it's like, actually, that is, I imagine that's what it was like the first time there was a tank on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Right. Or when the first machine gun started firing.
Yeah.
Or people had like I guess it would be more like a bolt action rifle from like a muzzle loader. Right. Imagine like the terror.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's just so brutal to see that shit because what the fuck you do? I mean,
there's like nothing that can really be done.
Especially when you're like in a foxhole and the thing's like harassing you, and it's just like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I did think it was funny because there was one that I saw that did make me kind of laugh where the dude had like a stack of 2x4s and he was able to like run around the truck and pick a 2x4 up and then throw it at the drone, and he eventually did get the drone down and beat it to death with a 2x4.
Oh wow.
So he probably got blown up like a second later, but he did do it.
He had his moment.
So I do kind of wonder though, like, how would you defend yourself from one of those? Because obviously bird shot with a shotgun, I feel like I've been hunting enough and shot enough clay pigeons. I feel like I'd be a formidable foe for one I could see. But then again, if you just had like a bunch of that like really shitty, cheap, like, you know, the chicken net, like webbing.
Yes.
Like that, if you just like had 4 layers of that in the trees around you.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck would they do?
I feel like we're going to like run into the age of having like blunderbuss pirate like net guns again, trying to take the drones down.
Or you just cover yourself in claymores, so if it even comes near you, you just or you just like literally like the gladiator net, you know how like the guy with the net and the trident, you just have that and take the drones down. Or you could, I mean, we just experienced how fucking annoying it is to have fishing line wrap up and stuff.
True.
right? So that, I mean, maybe you could have like it would be bait casters. So you just like have a bunch of bait casters all around you, and when they come near you, you just like bird's nest at them.
You know, that's true. I feel like what you could do is just have me with a bait caster, and as I'm trying to cast, it would
Have it
just, my
fly
line
near
would just
you.
like
Yeah.
find a drone, and I would get stuck in it.
Have the paint the drones like a tree, and you just, no matter what, you'd hit it with the
Right.
cast. I don't know. I did see some of those videos too. It's like, it does make me wonder how long those dudes doing that, like when they're flying that drone and they are basically like face to face with a dude they're suicide bombing,
Right.
and the dude's like begging no. Do you think those guys give a fuck, or do you like?
I feel like the first time maybe, and then after that, because otherwise, how could you like bring yourself to do that otherwise?
I don't know, that's what I feel like, that because, so we were talking about those flock cameras and the AI stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that has to be the end of it, right? Like you have to be using AI to pilot those drones just 24/7.
It's gotta be.
Do you? I did also see a thing that I thought. So you know how having a big military is good, but it can become obsolete, and that's like the thing everyone's afraid of with the U.S. because it's like we have like a big military, but if there's like a technical shift,
Yeah.
theoretically we couldn't move quick enough to update it, which I maybe, I don't know, but they were saying that us in World War II being able to effectively use aircraft carriers and like the tectonic shift in combat roles and stuff,
Yeah.
and like we were like light years ahead of everyone else immediately just by our tactics, right?
Right.
People were saying that that's like what is going on right now with the really cheap drones.
Yeah. Huh.
And I mean, maybe I don't understand enough, but to me it feels like, okay, yeah, if you have a $2,000 drone and you can pump out 1 billion of them a day, that is obviously going to overwhelm most missile defenses and stuff.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like, those are not hard to shoot down. They're just inconvenient to do with our current day stuff.
Yeah.
Now that we know it's going to be a thing, I don't think it. I mean, if you can have something like what's the Jew dome they have over there?
Oh, the like Iron Dome.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do that for hypersonic missiles and shit, why can't you do that for a Huey helicopter that's small coming at you, right?
Yeah. Or like, I feel like what is it? Anduril, that like their headset thing that they have, where it's like night vision, but it almost like outlines like other people on the battlefield and stuff like that. I feel like something like that, so people can like see drones. 'Cause I feel like they're quiet, so that's probably like part of it too.
See, but I thought, because the thing wasn't it like America was using whatever those defense, like the interceptor missiles were to take drones down, and Iran just had a bunch of drones. They just sent more of them. Like, wasn't that the way it was going?
I think so.
The thing that I guess maybe there's a difference that I don't understand, but aren't those drones just like a slow moving missile and there's a bunch of them?
I would think so.
I do wonder if any of those, you've seen those videos of the Ukrainian guys with those like blaster cannons that shoot the drones down.
Yeah.
I wonder if you just have a giant one pointed in all directions, just on all the time, and you're like, nothing will.
This is my Iron Dome, bitch.
Or maybe the real thing is, but then again, I guess that is the fly by wire. Is it completely like, what do you do then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the fly by wire, there's no wireless. That's it. All the controls are coming from the wire.
Right.
So you'd have to like EMP it or destroy it.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, cut the wire, I guess. Is that
have a flying pike to bite the yeah. I don't know that I did remember when I first saw those like for the first time, when I realized those, whatever the anti-aircraft can't, like, shoulder fired ones with the wire on them.
Yep.
That's insane to me. They have like a mile of super thin filament wire on there.
Yeah.
And that's literally telling the rocket where to go, and you're just controlling it like a video game.
Right.
And they've had that since like 2004.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
Yeah, and to me, it's crazy that it doesn't just snap the wire immediately.
Right.
Because wasn't that how they did those delay fuses in World War II, where it was like the battery acid in a glass jar inside of it's
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about or not?
Yeah, you're talking about like the proximity fuse anti-aircraft.
Yeah, using the radar
Yes.
that it was just powered by a little whatever.
Yep.
And you hear that and you're like, damn, dude, that's like insane. So I don't know, we should just have everything be fueled by stuff like that.
Maybe just like steampunk, and like everybody in the army can have like a top hat with like little goggles.
Yeah, I
and
will
a
see if I
corset.
can actually find that guy's thing. I did take a screenshot of his post history because it was so here we go. So I bought a new microphone from this guy who he was nice, I will say that. Okay.
Yeah.
But the things he was selling, so this was a screenshot of his so he was selling various, I think this was the bottom yet. So he had a lot of recording stuff. So I don't even really want to think about what was being done with this microphone before this, but whatever. A lot of high-end recording stuff, some strange Versace jewelry. Then he had 3 or 4 top hats with like steampunk goggles attached to them, and then another top hat with a pentagram and skull bandana wrapped around it, I guess.
Oh.
And then like a woman's bloodborne hat with a feather sticking out that I think it's on a male mannequin, so I don't know. And then a corset with a pentagram on it that when you look in the description, I clicked on it. It says male sizing on the description. So when I went to pick this up, I'm not sure what I was expecting, right? Like
how could you?
So I get there and the dude was a little bit taller than me and kind of chubby, okay? And he had nail polish on, complete neck beard, balding, okay? But he was wearing like Elton John giant winged bejeweled sunglasses, and he had one of those necklaces that was like a very dainty womanly necklace on, and like a bunch of like they literally look like Pandora charm bracelets on, okay? And very, very strange. And he handed it to me. He talked completely normal, no lisp at all. Just, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck. The strangest part about it, go to his house, right?
Yep.
He lives in the middle of the woods. Okay. He had 3 or 4 tractors out there, like big ass tractors that he was doing like tractor work with. Right. And I was looking around, definitely him. And it was like a big house. Like this dude was successful.
Yeah.
And it was not his dad's house, not his parents' house, whatever. I creeped on his Facebook afterwards. So I'm like, what blend of like very clearly homosexual goth woman man who also does like yard work with a giant tractor with hydraulics and lives his driveway was a half mile long.
He's just a John Deere NB dude.
It was a New Holland. He was a New Holland guy. So I don't know. Maybe that says something about any of the New Holland guys out there. You got to claim your boy, right?
Dude, maybe you don't even know it, but he's a secret listener of the cast, and he's gonna realize.
I mean, he did give me a good deal, so he might know. I don't know. I was looking at some of the shit that with the you can see who's listening where.
Yeah.
And there is I'm assuming it's a VPN.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very dedicated Singaporean listener.
Ah, yes.
Like actually, like every week,
right on.
Some guy from Singapore is there, and then there is a dude in Australia who's been there since almost the beginning.
Damn.
I don't even know how the fuck you find a Midwest-based podcast that had no advertising if you're in Australia, but hell yeah, dude. Here's a Foster's for you, right?
That made me think of an internal debate. I think it's very, very natural, like, to wonder and to feel this way, but I still to this day feel like, at least if it was comparably sized, I could beat the shit out of a kangaroo, like in a fist fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you say comparably sized, are you talking like height or weight, or what do you mean? Because they're lighter on average. Like they're like a kangaroo, your height on its back feet would probably only weigh like 160. Okay, which is still a lot for a wild animal.
Right. I'm thinking like reasonably height wise? Because like some of those things with, especially when they stand on their tails, I feel like have to be like 7 or 8 feet in the air, right? Is that
Let
insane?
me look it up. But I agree with you because, all right, so adult males stand between 5 and 6.5 feet tall, and they can weigh up to 200 pounds. An exceptionally large specimen can get up to 8.5 feet long from nose to tail. So they would be basically like, you would be standing toe to toe with a almost as big as they get reasonably one when it was like doing the Nate Diaz flex.
Yeah, when they start Diazing at you.
So, and I'm just, if obviously, you know, they could kick you and it would hurt and they have toenails and stuff, right? But those animals, they're not built to fight to the death.
Right.
That's the thing. And it's like, it's like a dominance thing. So if you just start beating on them, and it's also like, I've noticed this because I've done a lot of dog wrestling in my life, right? They don't have like technique. They're like wild animals. So if you just like fucking choke it, it can't do anything. If you hit it with the rear naked choke, also their joints, animal joints, they're very, very, very poorly oriented for like arm locks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So you could easily snap a kangaroo arm from like a standing hammerlock position, just no issue. Their joints go like this far, dude.
Right.
Snap both of its arms.
They're like, yeah, they'll Diaz flex at you, but then they just kind of like they jab, and I feel like if you're in close enough that they can't get their legs up to like kick you.
But they can make space because they can rock back on their tail.
That is true.
Let me look this up.
Is true.
Kangaroo toenails.
I go back to the video of that guy where it's like his dog is like fucking with a kangaroo or something, and the guy like runs out, grabs his dog, and just like pops the kangaroo in the face,
and it just looks at him. Yeah.
It just looks at him as he runs away, and I'm like, I feel like they.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is like when they're doing that, when it's grabbing his dog, that's a dominant thing. It's not like I'm going to kill this dog. It's like this dog is encroaching in my territory and I'm going to, you know, teach it a fucking lesson and make it give up. Right. So when the guy walks up, it's like, oh, I can't, and he punches it in the head and it's like, all right, as you were. Like that's
it's like the Mike Tyson, like everybody gotta play until they get punched in the mouth. But it's just a kangaroo that's like, oh, mate.
That's a kangaroo foot though. That's the toenail.
Ugh.
So
I don't want to get scratched by one.
I mean, those are big, dude.
Yeah, those are pretty big. Those are a lot freakier than I thought they were.
Look like honest. Kevin Durant feet. I mean, like actually though.
Holy shit.
Yes, I wouldn't want to be scratched by one or clawed by one, or if I could avoid it. And they do have. I mean, they can fuck each other up pretty good. And I know that they do kill each other sometimes, like the really big ones, and they kick really hard. But I don't think that. I think it would be far more likely that if you got a couple of good hits in on it, that it would let go and run off than it would. Like I just don't think that it would be like we're fighting to the death. Like I think that's a thing that you have to have as like a apex predator fighting for territory against an apex predator,
right?
Or like a human with the understanding that like the only option is death, right? Like I just think that a kangaroo does not have in its mind like I will fight to the death.
Yeah, I don't think like there's a world, especially because it's not like they're like trying to prey on people. So there isn't a world where a kangaroo looks at you and goes, "Oh, I'm a kill this guy."
I don't know, dude. Maybe there is.
I mean,
I also think any of the animals that have, so, you know, like bears are big and they've got like, they're built heavy and their joints are heavy and their bones are heavy. Yeah. And you look at a kangaroo and it's like a sinewy and like, it's not like a combat creature, you know?
No,
like
they're very lean, but like
they're posturing.
They're definitely posturing. Also hips like wider than their shoulders.
They got like pouches and you could just like grab the baby out of there and like what are they gonna do?
What do you think it would do if you were fighting and you just like put your hand down in the pouch?
You know, it's like wet in there.
It's like I've seen like for the first time recently like pictures inside the pouch and I'm like, I guess my whole life maybe this is like the 90s Disney kid in me. I always assumed it was just kind of like
Yeah, like a furry pocket.
It's like a furry pocket.
Yeah.
You just like hang out. It's like, oh no, it's just like you just have like your whole stomach's just a vagina, basically.
Yeah, that was. I remember when I was younger. I distinctly remember them saying that that's where like the nipples were, and they would just hang out in there, and you know, they would just like drink milk and stuff from inside of the pouch, and then it's like, oh no, the uterus is just like there, and there's the umbilical cord just like pops out there, and that's where they hang out, and it's like that's fucking gross, dude. Somebody needs to punch you right in the fucking face.
Like,
yeah, well, any of those. I mean, it's just a deer.
right. Like, dude.
They do. I bet you, you know what? Maybe this is the missing link that we can figure out where the FUPA genes came from. So, like, you know, if you like trace back the common ancestors, remember that really fat guy that was working on the cappers at
Yes.
Okay. That dude's FUPA was unbelievable, right?
Yeah. Legendary.
I bet you he probably has a little bit more kangaroo ancestry DNA than either of us. The front butt probably like, you know.
What do you think like the abos have then?
The abo? Got me an abo.
Fucking abo.
I think that they probably, I don't know. I've never really seen, I'm not versed in the Aborigines FUPAs, if I'm being honest. I think that they literally look like Nate Diaz, dude.
They literally like
just,
I've never heard it put that way before, but literally they're like Nate Diaz.
But the shoulders like down, you know,
rounded shoulders.
Yeah, I always do like the still shots of that where the dude's jabbing the thing and the thing's head snapped all the way back.
Look at this guy. This is a twink, and he's just manhandling.
I would rather fight a kangaroo than a white-tailed deer, 100%. Have you seen them like do the like?
Oh yeah, they get really weird. Even those.
They also kick. They can like punch through your guts with a kick too. With
Deer can?
Yeah, their hoofs are sharp enough to like. Yeah, they're yeah. So.
Oh God.
I'm gonna be honest. I still think I would prefer just not to fight a wild animal with my hands if I could.
Oh yeah,
So,
I would rather not.
I do think though that if you gave me a good spear, I could take. There's very few things that I would have a hard time. I mean, it would be hard. There were very few things that wouldn't die after I died. Like I think even most bears.
Yeah.
If you know you have to kill it and you had like a 10-foot spear,
right?
I think that you could. I think most people could do it.
Yeah, I mean, you just need one good poke in that case, right?
Dude, I would just use my katana simply.
Oh yeah,
I would unsheath my I would do the like what's the unsheath name? What are they? You're a big anime guy, you tell me.
I don't know what it's called.
Uchigatana Buga Baba. We oh yeah, dude, this is what the fuck is this thing? My spawn got my stinger.
What?
It might be a kangaroo wiener. I don't know, man.
The kangaroo foot, it looks like the kind of thing where, similar to a platypus, you'd find out later. It's like, oh yeah, there's like venom.
Yeah,
that comes out of it. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, don't they platypus also? They have the thing where they don't have nipples, so they just like sweat milk.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I did not know.
So when they're a mammal and
right.
They also lay an egg.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But they nurse. They're young, but they don't have nipples, so they just like they sweat out of their like sweat glands milk for the young ones to drink, which is almost as vile as those legless lizards that they are one of the only reptiles that nurse their young, but they don't make milk. They just let the young ones eat their skin off and they grow it back faster.
What,
yeah,
dude, what?
I know, right? And then some of them, there are also lizards that lactate.
What?
So look up the
podcast sponsored by JoeRoganPerplexity.com.
What is that? Is that a Joe Rogan AI?
It's one of the big AI companies, but I think they sponsor Joe Rogan. So now they use it. It's like the official AI.
Oh, that's the Jamie. Pull it up.
Yeah.
Snake lizard that milks itself. I think I've heard Perplexity before, but I didn't even know what it was. I think I thought it was like a job app or something. Like you would like, I don't know.
Do platypus sweat milk? Yes, platypuses do produce milk, but it doesn't come out their nipples. The milk oozes from their skin and can look like sweat, although it's actually milk, not perspiration. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, imagine how cool it would be if we could have some of these body mods done to ourselves. Like, imagine you could sweat milk.
Dude, check out these sweet shoes I just got an ad for.
You seem to get a lot of shoe ads because I remember you fell victim to one of the like really shitty Chinese, what were the Fearsons or something?
I fucking think about that all the time.
What were they? Were they called Fearsons?
I think it was Fersen, maybe. It's something like that.
And those were that was one of those videos where it was like the Chinese guy like hitting them with a cleaver and they wouldn't break and like folding them up and stuff, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
it was supposed to be a sneaker that was cut proof and with steel toe and you couldn't step on nails with it. And
something like
when
that.
you got them, they were
first of all, it was like 6+ months later.
Yeah, that you didn't even know what they were when you showed up because
they were wrapped in like Chinese newspaper.
And it was the one pair the guy made.
Yeah, it was like the one actual pair they made. They were like did not fit good at all, and like were clearly not like what
they were not even the same color. They didn't look the same at all, and they also had that really weird like it was that like natural rubber sole, you know?
Yes.
I don't even know how to describe it. It looked like worms almost or something like stacked up on top of each other.
Yes. It was man.
Did you try to wear them or were you just like obviously this isn't going to work?
I tried to wear them one time because I was like, well, I guess they came, and yeah, they were terrible. Someone at work like took them. I feel like Lars wanted to wear them for a while or something.
I remember Mike laughing at you with them.
That sounds about right.
I still think about after Lars left and I had to go move some of his stuff around and I found the forbidden drawer that had fucking height lifters in it, like shoe lifts to make you taller.
like the kind that you put like on your heels so you're like on your tiptoes in your shoes.
Yes. There was a pack of them in there, and I made one of the other guys that worked with him that was like friends with him, closer to him than I was. I made him come in there and look at them to so that I had a witness that wasn't just like, dude, you're just like being shitty with them. And I'm like, no, man, like
these are really here.
Yeah, and I remember him trying to come up with reasons why, and he's like, well, maybe like one of his legs is longer than the other one, and this is like a thing to even them out for his posture.
Yeah,
and I was like, then why is there an even amount of them missing? Obviously, he was wearing them in both, like, you know.
It's look, man, this is a very, very delicate situation.
I guess.
I didn't realize that like these days if they realize you're like cursed to be a manlet, they can just be like, oh, we'll give you like hormones in middle school.
Yeah, that was, well, do you remember, I don't know if you remember this, on some of the ancient bit threads, there was people talking about their height growing regimens of peptides they were taking.
Okay.
And they called them height programs, and they were taking random shit it was Chinese biomedicines that were like had studies done on, they would reopen your growth plates, and then they would take a specific blend of random GHG precursors to like make their body make the thing to make you grow. And there was like a 28-year-old who said he grew an inch, which if you think about it, imagine you growing an inch right now.
That would be pretty remarkable.
Yes, and also how bad would you feel?
That it would probably hurt like a mother.
Well, that's the thing. So I imagine it would. I just imagine it would be like deformed and soft. So you'd go to like work out and you'd like squish in or something.
Yeah,
it's kind of
like soft, like tendon tissue filling the gaps.
I remember my dad was telling me when he had that big bone cancer tumor thing on his arm, and he had to have had it for basically his whole life. Like that's just, I guess that's how they work.
Yeah.
And he told me one time he was in the gym in his 20s and he was bench pressing and he unracked the weight and went to like lock out, and he said it felt like glass shattered in his arm and it just went like down a little bit, but it didn't hurt. And everyone was like, dude, are you okay? Because you could like see it. like collapse on him a little bit.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, I feel fine, whatever," and he just kept working out. And then later on, they were like, "Yeah, it looks like you like shattered the tumor at some point." So imagine how fucking nasty that is.
Oh my God.
Think about like literally having like a hollow bird bone tumor that you shatter under a bunch of weight at some point.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's gross. That's how I imagine like a. Yeah, I feel like that would just like shed shards of cancer throughout your body, and, like ultra cancerify you or something.
You would kind of think, because sometimes when they like biopsy people, isn't that kind of a risk? Like if you
I'm not a
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because it reminded me of something. But I think that specifically he had an osteosarcoma, which I think is it's a cancer, but I don't think it's like cancer. I think it's like one of those things where the like printer gene is like, let's fuck this up now type thing instead of whatever. But I was thinking about this, and you remember a long ass time ago when we were talking to somebody who had enough knowledge of medicine to agree that it's theoretically possible to make the virus to turn you retarded.
Yes.
So I was doing a little bit of research, and obviously it would be impossible to actually have it happen, but I think that you could theoretically change somebody's race with a virus as well.
I mean, I guess if you
I mean, not like, and you wouldn't change their DNA, but you could change you could give somebody a virus that would like melanate them.
Yeah, because it's just like gene expression, right?
Yes.
So you would just need a virus that gets you to express the gene to produce enough melanin. Just like it's like the Man in the High Castle, except it's a world where the Japanese like bioweaponed us so that America is we're just all black.
Yeah, that
100%.
That's what I was imagining that, and it was like it would be like all the jihadists are like meeting, right? And
Yeah.
and they're like brother, what is your plan? We spent like $20 quintillion of oil money to come up with a plan to kill the infidel. And he's like, this is my plan. I've been working on it. Like, praise Allah. And they like release the gas, and it's a white guy in a cage, and he starts coughing, and like the smoke clears, and it's just a black guy, but he's got a white guy voice, and he's exactly the same. And they're like, what? And he's like, yes, I can make them all black now. Like, does it work on like African guys too? And he's like, no, they're already black.
Oh God, it's just like crawling up your arm.
Does it make your wiener big? Yes.
It's like, yeah, actually the Americans love it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking back, there was the dude, this a boomer guy that we worked with. I was thinking how to make this make sense, but it doesn't. That the golfing with the dentist guy, you remember him? Mark H.
Oh yeah.
He told me about when him and his wife went on a like trips to some Caribbean island or something where they made like rum on some island, and there was pirates there. And it was one of the weirdest interactions I've ever had, because this guy is a dude who is just like a normal boomer guy.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about how there was this like giant statue of this black pirate that was naked, and he was like, hey honey, you need to go like kneel down in front of that statue so I can take a picture. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, like, so like it's got that huge dick right in front of my wife. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like, I don't know this guy like that. And it's also like, why would you tell someone that? It's like weird. And I was like, I remember being like, you need to clarify what the fuck you're saying. And it was like, yeah, like I'm talking about like, I want to see her fuck a black dude. And I'm like, dude, you're like 60. This is weird as hell.
I'm just saying, dude, she can really take a cock.
I mean, literally, yes. That was like,
this guy is like the like proto normie boomer.
Yeah, he was. He literally would. The only times he wasn't at work is when he had to go to the dentist or go golfing. That was in his like voicemail was set up, and I remember one time it was like, "Hey, trying to get a hold of me? I'm probably at the golf course. Leave a message." Just like stuff like that, and just having them pull out the "I wish my wife would kiss a black dude" card is not a
just a completely out of the blue.
What the fuck would you say to that?
It's
There's what do you no?
like yeah, it's like, why would you tell somebody?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you tell somebody that? And then what do you expect them to say? Like, yeah, dude, me too. That was a great idea. Can I see the picture, dude?
Right.
That's like
dude, I gotta see that.
Dude, maybe I could. Can you tell me where it was? I could take my wife there and have her.
It's maybe this, somebody else could just open up their phone and have a picture of their sweet wife spread eagle.
Yeah, there was another crazy man that worked with us who had his sweet woman. He referred to her as his sweet, the woman's name, and had basically sexually assaulted multiple coworkers by having this. I mean, she was a nice lady, but she was also old and fat, just completely naked on his phone, and would like wave it around and show people without,
it's just like when he goes like,
oh no,
oops. And
yeah.
like, it happens so often where you're like, clearly you either don't care that much, or I think you want people to kind of like,
oh yeah,
see it to be like, oh dude,
yeah, dude, this guy has sex.
Right. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He would, I remember he was the dude who trapped my brother in the entranceway of the lobby of a building and like physically restrained him and started aggressively praying. And Ben was like, I don't know, whatever. And he was just standing there and he was like, Father, give us strength to, and all this stuff. And Ben was like, okay, I gotta go. And he like wouldn't let go of him. And he's holding him by the shoulders, just praying. And that was when Tracy still was there, and she was just watching through the slide, that like glass thing, just staring at them. And eventually he let go, and Ben walked out. And I guess the next day she was like, "Did you like need help or something?" And he's like, "Yeah, but what
what?
Yeah."
It's like, oh, Ben.
I remember that was the dude who, he like got in trouble. Chris got in trouble for beating up his neighbor and like beating the shit out of his like 70-year-old neighbor.
Did that happen like a few years ago?
Yeah, it was. I think it. I actually think it happened after you moved, like pretty quickly after you moved, because I heard about it from like third-hand information, and he apparently was in like a dispute with his neighbor about something stupid. And the dude, he like baited the guy onto his driveway and just jumped him and started beating the shit out of him and was like rubbing his face into the gravel and was like, "How do you like me now?"
What the fuck?
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
What did his neighbor like do to him?
I think they pressed charges, but I think that the cops are basically like, you're both retarded, okay? Not only are you both retarded, you technically were trespassing, even though you definitely were baited over here. So it's like, this basically, this isn't worth our time. Don't do this again.
Do you know why they didn't like each other?
So I know that, well, it had something to do with his girlfriend thing. And I think that the guy is like, she was like his slave and he wouldn't let her break up with him. And she was just like, okay. And I'm pretty sure at one point the neighbor said something about it to him. Like, you need to like, I'm going to like call the police if you don't like release this woman, basically.
This seems immoral.
Yeah. And I think that was part of it. And then I also think it had something to do with he borrowed tools from the dude and like didn't want to give them back, or like I don't know, man.
You gotta give them their tools back, man.
Oh.
You're gonna get your ass beat.
I think, I don't know. I remember coming up with all of the names for him. The man of stool and, and stuff like that.
I remember there was a day, it was like the parking lot had literally like just,
oh dude, that was, oh my god.
Like I'm talking
they
of the work is finally over.
Yeah, they repaved the parking lot, and they pulled the pavement like layer machine out of the parking lot. That's what you're talking about. Like it was like hot, like it was hot.
Yeah, right. Like literally just finished, and this guy fucking takes the forklift, forks down, and just like peels it like a sardine can, like 5 or 6 feet. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And then and then looks up. I don't remember it being me. I feel like it was Ben or Matt or something. But he's like, oh, well, what are we going to do about this? Can you help me? It's like, what we are you talking about?
Who's we?
Who the fuck is we?
Yeah, I remember that because I walked out there and whoever it was got me, and I looked at it and he didn't even move the forklift out. So it had been sitting there and the bay door is open. The forklift is just pile driven into the ground, and it hit. I remember watching it, looking at it, because he was going so fast and hit it so hard that he caught the lip of the freshly laid asphalt, right? Went forward far enough that like the fork went all the way under, peeled it up, and then the back of the fork, when it goes like perpendicular to the ground, hit the asphalt and started peeling it open for like a foot. Like it was like that. And he's like, well, what do we do? And I was like, you gotta back this fucking thing out for one, right? And I was like, I guess we gotta drive something over it to try to flatten it down. And then you gotta go tell, like, not me, you gotta go tell the boss what the fuck you did, because like, holy shit. But yeah, that was one of the dumb. I remember he also spilled a bunch of gasoline on the ground. Like he spilled, it was like 20 gallons of gasoline. And then I had to stop him from using a shop vac to suck up the gas. And then he let me know that actually it's not the liquid that's flammable, it's the fumes. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you're fucking right. That's why I don't want you to use a shop vac that shoots sparks out of the motor to suck up a bunch of gas. And yeah.
So it's your big brain ideas that you're going to shop back up gasoline.
Well, in his brain, the way that it worked was he would just suck the liquid up, dude, not the vapors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you put it that way.
Yeah, and it wouldn't just explode and kill everyone, right? So, I don't know. One of the dumbest men I've ever met.
It's like truly.
Do you remember when we were at that like music thing, and he was there at that bar, and literally everybody just hit the like avert gaze. And we did. I mean, it was like multiple hours where we managed to stay completely undetected by him.
Oh, God. Yeah, I do remember that now.
And
yep.
I think it was Ben. He sent me a picture of him at a restaurant like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yes. So Ben went to a restaurant with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And like 4 booths over, Crisp was there.
Dude, I've had the same experience. When I lived in Hadley, there's a Mexican restaurant in like Brandon, I guess, that we went to, and I looked up and he was there with somebody, and I was like immediate head down, like, oh Jesus Christ,
you just killed yourself right there.
Sorry.
I literally anything besides talking to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So painful.
I don't know. Do you want to give any closing remarks, Brian? Do you want to say anything interesting to the audience? Any cool platypus facts that you've been loading up on?
Well, let's see. What animals besides mammals produce milk secretions?
Milk facts.
A few non-mammals make milk-like secretions for their young, but it's not true mammal milk. Examples include pigeons, flamingos, tsetse flies, Pacific beetle cockroaches, jumping spiders, discus fish, some cichlids, and even great white shark embryos getting a milky uterine secretion. The exact list depends on how strictly you define milk.
So you want to have some nice cockroach and fly milk?
Dude, cockroach milk is the future.